Welcome back, everybody. Kindred spirits on the roof once again. More bonus scenes. We're into the month of July. I believe we had just finished June last time. I don't remember. It's been too long. Anyways, July 4th. It's an important date in America, not in Japan, which is where I assume this takes place. I don't think they've actually confirmed that, but I think we can assume. Anyways, July 4th, let's go. Who's it gonna be this time? This is Anno? No, this is the teacher. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's weird. Anyways, let's go. After school, Arya-san stopped by while I was in the middle of a staring contest with a stack of files on my desk. A stack, or more like a pile. What's this, Sonu-sensei? It seemed she'd realized that there were files related to the school festival mixed in with them. They're files for the festival. As you can see, I'm the advisor for the planning committee this year. The school festival too? I had heard that, but I tried to be nonchalant about it, but I could see a wrinkle forming in Arya-san's brow. You're in charge of supervising the summer camp as well, aren't you, Sonu-sensei? That I am. It seemed like Arya-san had come on some kind of summer camp business too. And you're also working during the school festival? Maybe it isn't really my place to say, but don't you think you're taking on too many responsibilities at once? It's alright, I'll be coming to school during summer vacation anyway, so I can take care of both of them while I'm here. It's good to have young teachers like me take care of this stuff. Perhaps, but Arya-san still didn't seem satisfied. She continued staring at the school festival documents without even bringing up the reason she'd come to see me. I felt the mood getting a little heavy, so I tried to soothe things over as casually as I could. It'll be fine. Remember, I did the same thing last year. That's true, but you practically had a foot in the grave at the end of it, Sensei. That much was clear to me, at least. That's a little too close for comfort. But students worrying about teachers is getting things a little backwards, isn't it? I smiled and waved to try to dispel her worries. It's alright, really. I became a teacher because I wanted to do things like this as well. It's a chance for everyone to work their hardest and celebrate at the end. I'm happy to support that sort of event. That's how I really feel. I can't stand in the same position as the students, but I really am happy to support them from the side. I'm happy to hear that, of course, but you have to admit that you don't have an overabundance of stamina, Sensei. Overabundance of stamina, sorry. Why do I feel like I'm the one getting a lecture here? What should I do about this? That's why I was happy that Tsurugimine-san returned when she did, when things were starting to get a little gloomy. I'm back, Takoya-chan. What's up, Arya-san? I'm here on camp business. Did you know that Sono-sensei will be the advisor with the school festival committee to Tsurugimine-san? Well, yeah, I knew. Tsurugimine-san had just returned, but from Arya-san's tone and how I looked, she seemed to understand what we'd been discussing. Well, I do think it's a lot of work for Takoya-chan to take on, but I'll be here from the beginning to help out this year. So, don't get on Takoya-chan's case too much, okay? Just overlook this. I guess she's technically on my side here, but what's with the exasperated smile for Tsurugimine-san? I really feel like our positions are reversed like this. I've got to make it clear to these two that they have nothing to worry about. Come on, you two. You don't need to talk about me like I'm so fragile. Last year I was, stressed. That's right, it was stress, you know, since I was handling two things I wasn't used to yet, so I've got a little tired because of it. I've never felt stressed when I've working for everyone's sake like that, but I can't honestly tell them it really was too much. Can you guarantee that won't happen again this year? I'll be able to get out for drives and stuff this year. Just while I'm out buying things, though. Are you really out for a drive if you're just going shopping? Wouldn't that be less driving than your regular commute? I'll go on real drives too, and I'll blow all my stress away. I'll jump in my car and go vroom down the road really fast. Within the speed limit, I hope. Yes, you're exactly right. It's there for a reason. I got a driver's license as a form of ID, but I found that I actually enjoy driving a lot. I drive every day to get to school, but sometimes I feel the urge to go a little farther. Just thinking about it, it was cheered me up a little. I still think it's a little childish, but it's true. It had me feeling more positive because of it. Sequoia-chan, you know, you don't need to go vroom and gesture like that, though it's really cute. Are you trying to drive me crazy, or, like, you've gotta be tempting me, right? In any case, I'll have to come with you on those shopping trips since I'm a little worried about you. I think you could stand to reflect on your behavior a bit, Shirogimune-san, and you should call her Sono-sensei properly instead of Chikoyo-chan. Oh, that was good, Aryu-san. And I understand if you're that insistent, then I have nothing left to say, Sensei. Only please let me help as much as I'm able to. What? You want to come too, Aryu-san? I'm not gonna give up my position as Chikoyo-chan's navigator, though. Are you okay sitting in the back? No, I don't mean on your drives. I mean I'll help with your work, Sensei. I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'll be around a lot during summer vacation too. I'm supervising the supplementary lessons for latecomers during the summer camp. Is it alright if I'm come to your office while I'm here? Huh? Where did this come from? Shirogimune-san will be there too, so she doesn't need to do that much. My hands were still extended toward an imaginary steering wheel, but I hurriedly lowered them and waved them to decline. You can't, Aryu-san. You've got enough things you have to do, and you should have time to relax during summer vacation. No, if our teachers are going to work so hard for our sake, then I think the students need to answer that enthusiasm. I'll stop by when I don't have other work to do. Please let me know when there's anything I can help you with. I wasn't sure how to persuade Aryu-san after that firm declaration, but I didn't get a chance. That might help, actually. Chikoyo-chan never turns down work, so it might be nice to have an extra pair of hands. What are you saying, Shirogimune-san? It's fine, isn't it, Chikoyo-chan? I bet you won't have any time to go out on tries if you don't let Aryu-san help too. You won't be able to do any vrooming. Now she's even mimicking me. In the end, I couldn't refuse their goodwill, and Aryu-san might end up helping me during summer vacation too. I hope it's for the best. Oh boy, those two are interesting. The teacher, especially. Anyways, we're on to the 6th. Yeah, there is a lot this month, I remember, that's right. This is the ghosts. They're always fun, because we get lots of weird stuff that we would never have guessed with them, because they get to spy on everybody. Oh! I was on a stroll through the inner building during lunch when I saw Yuna-san out of the corner of my eye. She was walking through the stacks of the mostly empty library, headed toward what looked like to be an even more lonely bookshelf. I figured it would be fine to borrow her for a bit. Hello, Yuna-san, looking for a book? I said, standing next to her, and Yuna-san answered as she reached out to the shelf. Oh, Sachi-san, yeah, I'm just looking for a cookbook. Yuna-san's fingers brushed the spines of the recipe book as she inspected them. Is there much demand for these books? They all look very tiny, like they haven't been read much. I've put in some requests, so I've come in every so often to check if they have any new ones. Cookbooks are pretty expensive after all. It's nice to be able to borrow them from the library. I see. I'll run through my allowance pretty quickly if I actually started buying them. Allowance? Seems like everyone has it no matter the times. That takes me back. Oh, Yuna-san's giving me a bit of a troubled look. Have I said something odd? Oh, I see. Don't worry about it. I've been a ghost for quite a long while now. Right. What a sweet girl she is to be so considerate when my state of affairs has become so natural to me. There's such a variety of books here, though. All of different colors, sizes, bindings. Oh yes, I was curious about these. I moved over to a strange shelf that displayed its books by the front covers. These change every few months, don't they? Are they called magazines? Yeah, want to see one of them? Yuna paused her search and pulled open one of the magazines. This is a travel magazine. It has info on different stores and attractions in various towns. This one's a little old. It's issued monthly, but this one's from 3 months ago. I see. They're published every single month and already old after 3? Does that mean there are new things to write about every month? It sounds like a lot of work, both to write and to read them. See, this is the section about this town. Here's our school. And this is where you can see from the roof. Yuna opened the page with the map and pointed out various locations, explaining them to me. I see, it's quite easy to understand this way. This is that yellowish building you can see in front of the roof. And this article is about a good place to eat in that building. That does look good. Pela? It's like a takanomi gohan with fish or meat cooked in a pan. It's a Spanish dish. I see. I can't imagine what it might taste like, but it certainly sounds interesting. So they make this in that building. I always see them when I look out. That's kind of exciting. When I was satisfied with my inspection of the magazines, Yuna returned to her search. She took out the books and flipped through them, read some parts carefully, and compared several volumes to each other. She finally ended with a book on Japanese food. It seemed to have comparatively commonplace dishes in it. Is that what you want? You're a good cook, right, Yuna? I was expecting you to pick one with more difficult recipes in it. I don't know every recipe in it, of course, and each book has different ways of seasoning or preparing a dish. It's good reference just comparing them sometimes. This book is a little old, see, so it might have neglected ingredients, methods, tricks that could still work now. I thought it might be interesting. She's very enthusiastic, I see. There might be things you can't really cook anymore in here, too. Come to think of it, I don't see many girls eating Mimi or Mukugo Gohan anymore, or things like grasshopper Tsukudani. Grasshopper, yeah, you probably don't see too many people eating those lately. And Mimi, what's that? Now that I think about it, Megami didn't know either. I shouldn't be surprised Yuna hasn't heard of it. It's something like sweeten. Do you know what sweeten is? Yeah, maybe I'll look it up sometime. Yuna ended up checking out several cookbooks. She had deliberated with herself over which to take in her excitement, and in the end, she even consulted with me a little. This is fun, isn't it? I'm already pretty light on my feet being a ghost, but I feel like I'm really floating now. It's been a truly long time since I've talked to someone over a book, after all. It's fun to spend time with someone in the library, isn't it? Yeah. The location being what it is, everyone stays terribly quiet. Yuna had been whispering so softly that only I could hear her, but I very much appreciate being able to chat with her. If you'd like, we could choose books together again sometime, and look at the PCs too. Sure. I brought my hand up to Yuna where it held her cookbooks and made my own selfish and corporeal pinky promise with her. Oh, that's kind of nice. Sakure's I wonder, did we ever find out how old she was? I'm not sure we did. Anyways, we'll do one more, I think, on the 12th. There's actually 2 here. So there's one for, oh, I like these guys. This is the older couple there. This is the track team, and this is the, I believe, our favorite Three's a Crowd. What were they? Radio hosts? Oh no, it's her. She looks a lot like the other girl from Broadcasting Club. That's it. Finding me in a classroom after school, Yuna looked a little surprised. Or maybe more like, what than surprised. 2 months ago, she had fled from us like a rabbit. But I guess she's not as easy to frighten now. When she ran from us that first time, I thought she was pretty rude, but I'm kind of disappointed that we can't get a rise out of her anymore. Did you need something? Not really. I was just bored, so I was waiting for her here. I like the classrooms after school, how the evening sun shines through them and fades with the noise of the day. When I look out at the sky for the classrooms, I don't feel so concerned that I've died, and that so much time has passed since then. What about you, Yuna? I was in the cafeteria. I'll have to use some of the stuff there, so I had some questions to ask about it. Yuna was walking to her desk as she answered. She pulled some printouts out from a folder and started lining them up in neat rows. In a hurry? No, not really. Alright, let's talk then. I expected her face would immediately switch to "I'm busy here." But Yuna glanced around to make sure we were alone and then pulled out an extra chair from the desk next to hers and sat it down at her own. Is that chair for me? How considerate of her. I sat sidelong on the chair and looked back at Yuna, a small feeling of happiness bubbling up inside me. I mean, it felt like we were normal students wasting time after school, sitting close together, putting up our feet. I doubt Yuna did that with her in her mind or anything, but it made me really happy for some reason. Yuna worked at the papers at her desk silently and efficiently. It looked like she was going over everything about cooking duty for the track team, like how many servings could fit each piece of cookware, how much food she could stuff in a fridge. Start with vegetables, which won't keep for long, or switch between meat and fish. Make hot dishes easy to eat even without an appetite, or refreshing things that are best cold. It was just a menu, but Yuna was treating it kind of like a puzzle. You really like cooking, huh? I guess so. I knew she was concentrating, but it was still a rather curt response. Now, not that I minded. Cooking is fun, after all. I did quite a lot myself. Did you? I puffed out my chest when Yuna looked up with surprise. I was frail, so I couldn't really move around much, right? There's not a whole lot you can do at home, so I spent a lot of time cooking. Guess that wasn't really something to brag about, but it did seem to catch Yuna's interest. What kind of stuff did you make? Well, sweets. Huh? I made a lot of cookies and mandolines, I guess. You could do all sorts of things with those before you get sick of them. Yeah. Right, I liked eating tarts and pies, but they kind of take a lot of energy, and pie crust is pretty difficult. I didn't get to make a whole lot of them. Actually, the marble slate I used for kneading crust was too heavy, so I dropped and broke it once. I got in a lot of trouble and was forbidden from making them anymore. For food, I liked making chicken fried rice. It's easy, but it's good, right? Yeah. I'd eat it just like that for lunch, and then for dinner, I'd make omelette rice with it. Yeah, I made a lot of Western food, too. Like hamburger steak and Napolitan pasta. Do you like ketchup? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I might have used it a lot. I hadn't really thought about it. But now that she's pointed it out, I mean, it's kind of rich and just a little sweet. It's pretty tasty, isn't it? I made Japanese food too. For that I liked soy sauce. I made a lot of stewed things. What did you use for the stock? Normal stuff, dried sardines or bonita or kelp. Oh, but what was it? There was some dried fish we got from a relative once that we grilled and broke up into stock. That one was great. I wonder what it was. If it had like this wide open mouth and was kind of scared of it at first, it was really simple name. Ago? Yeah, that's it, Ago. Dried flying fish, then grilled Ago. That's pretty good, yeah. Flying fish, huh? I'm actually not very good at preparing fish. I don't know that much about them. Really? Well, they're just so raw, you know? They're like so slimy and limp, and they really smell really bad. It's been a really long time since I've talked about cooking with anyone. My cooking actually wasn't that popular. It's true that I tried a bunch of stuff though, and I was talking about it with Yuna, so I wanted to brag a little. I really wanted to make something now. I haven't had much opportunity to reminisce, but I did like cooking, and even if I couldn't eat much, I liked eating too. But I liked it much more when other people ate when I cooked. It was a great feeling to hear the words, "It's good," and even more so when it's someone special saying them. Yeah, I want to treat Sachi-san to my home cooking. Oh, Yuna's peeved. I could see that on her face. She's like, of course we end up there. Well, I did feel bad for suddenly changing the subject from cooking, but I bet Yuna likes people eating her food better than actually making it too. Want me to make her something? I can follow a recipe if you give me one or something. Oh, I could just possess you and cook that way, couldn't I, Yuna? I don't want to go that far. Killjoy, but I guess Sachi-san couldn't eat it anyway. Oh, that's too bad. If you're gonna make something, what would you want to make? Why is she being considerate again? I suppose I can answer, at least. Fantasizing's free, after all. Well, Sachi-san likes new things, so I'd want to make something she'd never eaten before, I think. Yeah, I bet she'd enjoy that. She'd say, "This is so interesting, you're amazing, Megami," or "May I have more?" But maybe onigiri would be best? Onigiri. Yeah. I wonder why. Thinking about Sachi-san's face, I just sort of landed on onigiri. They're not novel or special at all, and they're probably too simple to really be called cooking. But I just felt like Sachi-chan eating my homemade onigiri would make me really happy. Onigiri does kind of fit Sachi-san's image, doesn't it? I know I've said this again and again, but if you flirt with Sachi-san... Come on. Yuna-san looking exasperated again. I know. You want to tell me to lay off already. But I can't help it how I feel. It's scary. It's scary just imagining another person thinking about Sachi-san. I've never had to worry about someone stealing Sachi-san away from me before. Only now, here's Yuna, who can see her too. It just makes you anxious when you have a sweetheart as amazing as Sachi-san. I mean, she's so pretty, and she's kind and strong and reliable. Yeah, I get it already. Yuna snapped at me, putting together the printout she was finishing with. That's when the classroom door suddenly opened and Hina-chan walked in. Yuna-ni, huh? Yeah, Hina? I guess Yuna had been caught pretty off guard. I could see the tight grip she had on the papers. I thought you were talking to someone. You did? You started talking out loud in the middle. I whispered to her and saw her eyes twitch for a second. I was just talking to myself. She made a lame excuse with a face that said something like, "I screwed up." It wasn't the sort of mistake Yuna would usually make. But Hina-chan just tilted her head like she didn't really care. Let's go home, Yuna-ni. Sure, you're done with practice? See you, Yuna. Yeah, see... Yuna made to answer me on reflex, then froze. I wasn't even trying to be mean that time. Yuna-ni? It's nothing, let's go. She should have been rather flustered, but Yuna put on not her only chair back, but mine as well, and left. She turned around just before the hallway and said goodbye to me with just her eyes. She never forgets her manners, huh? And I was left alone in the classroom once again. The light outside the window was all but gone now, enough to make the school a little eerie and a little lonely. Maybe because I'd been having such a natural after-school experience, its absence left me feeling a little forlorn. Yeah, I should get going too. Back to Sachi-san. And today like always, we can spend the whole night flirting. I whispered, "See you tomorrow," and left the darkened classroom. Megami and Sachi they're great, aren't they? Anyways, I think that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time, and goodbye.